Hello, and welcome to this presentation covering the fiscal year 21 employee performance evaluation process. In this presentation, we will provide a brief overview of the importance of annual performance evaluations. We will also cover the process for completing evaluations for employees on the 100 pay plan. The City of Corpus Christi's employee performance evaluation process is designed to provide employees clear metrics used to measure job performance, recognize superior employee performance, and document performance and develop clear goals for improvement and/or career development. In the past, we have found that many of the evaluations for 100 pay plan employees have not been completed. We want to make sure that we are doing right by the employees and taking the time to complete these evaluations. There are a few reasons why this is important. One, employees deserve to know how well they are doing and also what areas they may need to improve on. This documentation is also important as many employees desire to move into other positions, and capturing their performance is a great way to demonstrate to their potential future hiring managers that they are capable and ready for increased responsibility. 100 pay plan employees who are eligible to have an evaluation completed on them are full-time, permanent, and will have been employed by the city for at least 6 months prior to the start of the evaluation. They will have been employed and in their position by March 31st, 2021 or earlier. Some valuable resources that are available to both supervisor and the employee are 90-day or 6-month employee reviews. Many supervisors will take initiative early in an employee's career with the city to provide feedback on their performance. Another great resource is an employee self-assessment. Often supervisors will have their employees complete self-assessments as part of a continuous feedback loop throughout the performance year. Please note that resources such as these may be found at learningcc.org/perform. Now let's take a closer look at the 100 pay plan performance evaluation process. This at a glance provides an overall snapshot of the workflow involved in completing the evaluation, also known as the appraisal for 100 pay plan employees. This workflow includes the supervisor completing the appraisal through Infor. The supervisor and employee meet to discuss the appraisal. After meeting, the supervisor finishes, finalizes, and submits the appraisal to the employee for acknowledgement. The employee reviews for accuracy, confirming what was discussed is captured on the appraisal. The employee acknowledges the appraisal and leaves comments if desired. The supervisor reviews the employee's comments and acknowledges the appraisal, thus closing it out. After it is fully completed, the upline manager or director now has access to view the appraisal. Beginning October 1st, supervisors of eligible employees will receive an email to begin their evaluation process. Supervisors will need to go to Employee Connect. You may need to click on the Quick Links tab, where it will give you several links to access. The supervisor will need to click on the Manager Self-Service link. Please note, you will need to be on the city network to access this website. So it is important that not only the supervisors, but also the employee being evaluated have access to the employeeconnect.ccpd.net. Once clicking on, this should take you to Infor, where you will need to sign in. If you do not have access to Infor, you will need to contact the IT Help Desk at extension 3766 or IT Service Desk at cctexas.com. Once you are logged into Infor, you will access your pending evaluations or appraisals by clicking Review Performance. You will next click Appraisals by Resource. And from there, you will click on the tab My Appraisals and select the appraisal that you wish to begin. Once you've selected an appraisal, you will then select Start the Appraisal. You will now be provided with 10 performance areas that you will be evaluating. You will evaluate the performance for each area. Select the appropriate ratings for questions 1 through 10. They are below standard, meet standards, or above standard. Once you've selected the appropriate ratings for these performance areas, you will now leave remarks elaborating on the employee's performance. If there are areas in need of improvement, it is important to document it here. If there are areas where the employee is excelling, this is also important to document. You may also leave comments regarding future opportunities for the employee, such as John is an outstanding coordinator, consider making him a manager in the future, or something to that effect. This section will be visible to the employee or anyone else who reviews the appraisal in the future. Once you have provided your comments, you will click on the Finish button at the lower right corner of the text box. Once you have selected Finish, it will take you back to this screen. And then next, you will select the Finalize button below the My Appraisals tab. After you have selected the Finalize button, you will be prompted to select the meeting date you have met or will meet with the employee. This is the time you plan to sit with the employee face-to-face and discuss the appraisal. After setting the meeting date with the employee, you now send the evaluation to them. Under the My Appraisals tab, you will select the appropriate evaluation and then click Submit to Employee. To prepare for the meeting, you may print off a copy of the evaluation or view it on your desktop. You can do this by selecting the Consolidated Appraisal tab. Now that you have met with the employee, have discussed the ratings, and provided appropriate feedback, it's time for the employee to acknowledge the evaluation. The employee must log into Employee Connect, similar to how the supervisor has done earlier. The employee clicks on Quick Links, then clicks on Employee Space. Next, the employee clicks on My Reviews. They will click on the My Reviews icon. This will take the employee to their appraisal, and then next they will click on the Acknowledge tab. If the employee wishes, they may view the appraisals in a document style format by selecting Consolidate Appraisal. This will give them a full view of the appraisal to review. Next, the employee acknowledges the appraisal within Infor. They will select the Acknowledge tab, then click Acknowledge just below that tab. It is at this point the employee is encouraged to leave any response or comments they feel necessary. If they do not wish to leave comments, they may simply put none. In order to proceed, there will need to be something typed into this box. Once the employee has left their comments or listed none, they will click the OK box at the bottom right of the comment box. Please note, by clicking the OK box, this finishes the employee's portion of the process. It does not mean that the employee agrees with the ratings and comments, but that they are acknowledging they have received them. At this point, the employee has provided their comments and acknowledged the evaluation. The supervisor or manager will now review the employer's comments. Within Infor, the supervisor should see an inbox at the top right of their profile that contains a notification that the evaluation is now back in their hands. Click on the inbox, then select the appropriate message to continue. Once the message is selected, it will take the supervisor manager back to the evaluation. Next, you will select Consolidated Appraisal to view in a document style format. You will now review the appraisal and the employee's comments. Once reviewed, use your back browser to return to the appraisal page. Back at this page, you will see the option to acknowledge. Click on Acknowledge. This will take you to the completion page. In here, you will type Done in the comment box, then select the OK button. And this completes the process for the evaluations for 100 pay plan employees. As a review, 100 pay plan evaluations are completed through Infor. Both the supervisor and employee will need access. Contact the IT service desk if you need assistance. Email notifications will go out 1 October to supervisors of employees who are eligible to have an evaluation done. And if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to the organizational development team at learninginstitute@cctexas.com. Also, be sure to check out learningcc.org/perform for other resources during this evaluation system. Thank you for your time.